What illegal thing do you do on a regular basis? Back when I was 15, 1979, I stole a Datsun 240Z car in my neighborhood. I was walking home from a friend's house, and as I walked by this cool car, I noticed a key sticking out of the driver's door lock. So I kind of looked around and saw no signs of life anywhere, so I got in and drove it off. I drove all around the valley, grew up in Palm Springs. After a few hours, I took it back and parked it in the same spot at about 4 a.m. I figured it was very unlikely that the owner would even know it had been used, other than it missing about a third of a tank of gas. But I did keep the key, because they would think they just misplaced it somewhere. And I guess it worked, because a couple weeks later I did the same thing. About a week later I did it again. That time I drove it up to Big Bear Lake because I was dying to drive it on mountain roads. I was having a great time until I stopped at a little gas market and bumped into one of my older brother's friend who knew I was only 15 and didn't have a driver's license or a car, much less a vintage sports car. I can't remember the lies I told him, but I knew I was going to be in deep shit when I got home. I quickly filled the car with gas and snuck it back into the driveway, took a pen, and scribbled out a thank you note. I really loved your car, but you really shouldn't leave the key in the door overnight. By the way, I filled the tank for you. Thanks. Oh, and my brother's friend never said a word to anyone about seeing me.